What's going on, clowns? It's Reek. I'm over here at my tattoo shop in Hollywood, Florida, and today I'm going to be talking about a question that I pretty much get about 10 times a day, and that is regarding minors, okay? Not the guys with pickaxes in mountains. I'm talking about anybody who's under 18 years of age, okay? The way that it works is if you're under 18 years old, you need to have a photo ID, okay? State ID is preferred, learner's permit, state ID, Florida ID, or whatever state you're from. Passport, military ID works great, okay? If you don't have that, we will take a school ID, we'll take a student ID, okay? When you bring your student ID, you also have to have your birth certificate available, okay? From there, you have to be here with your parent who is going to be signing for you, okay? Your parent has to have an ID as well. If the both of you have different last names, we still need the birth certificate. So if you have a government ID and you and dad or you and mom have different IDs, we're going to need to see the birth certificate. We're going to have to make a copy of that for our records. And that is the law, and it has been the law since 1999. Okay? There are, I realize, difficult circumstances, but if you can't do that for us, usually we're pretty much stuck and there's nothing that we can do for you. I realize a lot of people come in from out of town, they got documents over there or their parents over there and someone else is taking care of them over here, but I got them for the weekend, but I got them for the summer. There's nothing we can do about that. Only a parent can give consent for their child, okay? Here's the exception. If you are the minor's legal guardian, you can give consent, okay? And what I mean by legal guardian is a person that has documentation, physical proof that they are responsible for you to the utmost extent of the law. That is what we mean by legal guardian. If you're living with somebody, they are not your legal guardian. Sorry, that's just the way it is. You and mom are having a bad run, and you might want to make up till you get your piercing done. So, those are the basics. ID, if you're underage. You got to be here with your parent. They need ID. Birth certificate if you have different last names. Okay. If it's a legal guardian, they need ID. They need to show documentation that they are in fact your legal guardian. Okay. From there, that's the stuff you need to bring me. Then you got to take care of this. Okay. This is a piercing form that we have always on hand. Everybody who gets pierced has to have one of these filled out, and I'm going to copy their ID, and this is going to go into a little file that no one's ever going to see until the health department comes and does checks to make sure that we are doing everything lawfully the way it is supposed to be done. Okay, so don't worry, we're not going to run your name through the FBI database or anything like that. These things go in a file that are put in a box that are put to the side until the health department comes around. No one ever looks at those. Okay, on top of that, there's this form. This is a form that we have available here. This has to be filled out and notarized in order for us to do the piercing. What is a notary? Well, it just means that somebody went through the process of becoming a public notary. They have a special little stamp, and they stamp and sign to say that that document is official. Now, in our location in Hollywood, we have somebody who is a public notary who can supply the service for you, and he charges $7. I will go ahead and put a link in the description box to Broward County Health Department, and they have a notary form that they put up that's free for anybody to print out. And if you want to print that out and get that notarized before you come in, you are more than welcome to, and we will gladly take that. Okay. I not only showing a piercing form here, but this will also work with tattoos. Okay, if you're underage, you also have to go through these steps to get tattooed and or pierced. If you're underage and you don't have what I've already spoken about, then we can't tattoo you, we can't pierce you. Okay, we don't tattoo anybody under 16 years old. That is not something we can do. That is not something we will do. Okay, we will pierce up to 14 years old, but it depends on the piercing. We have refused to do certain piercings before for people who are underage, and that really is, just sensitive areas. We're not going to touch them. We'll do your nose, we'll do your ear, lip, your belly button. But when it gets to the crazier stuff, we like our customers to be 18 and have a full understanding of what it is that goes with that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all the basic information. All this information is also available through the Broward County Health Department's website, and again, I'll go ahead and post that link up for you as well. Okay, so I hope that clarified maybe some misconceptions, you know, that people have. I hear it all the time, but I brought my cousin, but my entire family died in a plane crash, and all documents proving that I exist were burnt in a fire a month ago. You know, if that's the situation, then I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. We got to do our best to keep things as legally as possible for the sake of our business, for the sake of our licenses, for the sake of our certifications. So as much as we try, you know, want to help you, unfortunately, if you don't have what we need to help you, there's nothing that we can do. Okay? But I hope that helped you out. I hope the next time I see you, this video helped you out, and you bring everything I need, and we can get you right in.